Diablo 4 solves this major series problem. The beta is fantastic when you can actually play it. This comes from Forbes' Paul Tassi. At long last, the beta for Diablo 4 has arrived. And while it requires a pre order or KFC chicken sandwich to access its first weekend, the game has enough people clogging the servers to make its initial launch here a sadly familiar sort of disaster. This is also on last week's closed beta. The open beta starts tomorrow for everybody to play on every console. The good news is that when you can play Diablo 4 beta, it absolutely lives up to expectations in its early hours in terms of gameplay, aesthetics, and shockingly even storytelling, rising above past installments. The bad news is that, at least in some regions like mine, you're maybe allowed 30 to 60 minutes of gameplay for every 60 to 120 minutes of re-login queue time. Ugh.
Oof.
It was an
Very
endless,
Blizzard.
yeah, it was an endless pattern all day yesterday. I'd get in, play for a while, then get booted, usually in the middle of a dungeon with no checkpoints. The game would freeze up, I'd quit and log back in, only to find an hour or two of wait time ahead of me. It's maddening for a game I just want to play by myself. But this is 2023, and such games barely exist without online login requirements anymore, and certainly not a quasi MMO like this.
I'll admit, I rolled my eyes back a bit when the dev team was always going on about returning to the darker tone of Diablo 2, as I never had as nearly as many issues with the color palette and themes of Diablo 3 as many extremely loud fans did. But what Blizzard has done for Diablo 4 here is nothing short of extremely impressive so far. Monster slaying feels great, as good as it ever has in this series. My current build is setting a poison trap down, double slash dashing through enemies caught in it, then unleashing arrows on the survivors. If I wanted, I could be doing dagger-based melee antics instead. And while I know you can respec, I haven't looked into that process yet. So far, I'm not seeing any warning flags. We've been assured repeatedly that all microtransactions in this game are cosmetic, and we are not going to have a Diablo Immortal situation in our hands where it could cost tens of thousands of dollars to max power a character in that mobile monstrosity. It's fun. It feels very connected to the roots of Diablo. And if it would just work for an extended period of time without kicking me out, I would already be very much addicted to it, Vincent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Paul then follows this up with another article, okay? And
Oh,
it's titled, I am scared of Diablo 4, okay? And in which
because he's scared about being addicted to it?
it's not even just the addiction. It's that the big thing that Diablo 4 has that people are saying that the other ones do not have is a compelling story that they want to actually know what happens. Whereas other Diablo
Well,
games the story might be a side piece of what the
it's
game
like
experience
Destiny.
is. Sure, 100%. Yeah, I would agree. For me, at least. For some people, it's their bread and butter, but yeah. Um,
Oh, man.
but if the story's forefront, that's huge, I think, for even onboarding new players that might get overwhelmed with some of the systems in the game that might have, like, if they can attach to the story, it's easier to want to know the systems to get through the game, right?
Right. Right.
But on top of the story, I hear everything is like tuned up and feeling so
Yep.
good.
That's what I hear too.
What are you kind of hoping to get out of Diablo 4 versus another Diablo game?
Yeah, I think Diablo scratches a really good itch in that genre of like top down. You have it's hard. I want to say like hard builds where
Yeah.
you have your three attacks that you do
Mhm.
in succession with each other. They're coordinated and you just do those attacks over and over and over again. So when you do things like that, they need to feel really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think Diablo is that game where it's like, these are simple, basic RPG building block systems, but Diablo is unique in that they just nail it. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but they have that secret sauce that's almost um that's reminiscent of like a Souls title, like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Soft game where like so many other games try and do the same loop of attacks, they try and do the same level design sort of thing, and it just doesn't play out as good as it does in a Diablo game because they have that secret something they're
Yeah.
cooking with the right frame, like attack frames to
Yeah.
damage, and all of those things just melt together so well in Diablo. And so I'm really looking forward to just like being immersed in that feeling
Yeah.
of just like killing shit, just like going through a level, like getting loot, killing a bunch of enemies, like going to a boss, doing the whole like the dungeon crawler ass
Yeah.
gameplay loop,
Yeah.
but just allowing that to take me through the game and through the story and being totally immersed in it and having a kick-ass character with a kick-ass build that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
And I just like, it's one of those games I'm like, I can't put a lot of time into this because I
Sure.
will get lost in it.
Yeah. I think you bring up a lot of good points there, and one being that I think being the character and creating that character and kind of building it into what you want to build it is very exciting for me. And I've never played a Diablo game. I played Diablo 2 a little bit, not very much. Never played 3, never played 1. And so I'm very excited to jump into this. I'm going to be downloading. I preloaded the beta, so I hope to get in. I'm sure they'll have the queue times and whatever, and it's a busy weekend, so we'll see if I even get to it, but I hope so. Yeah, I'm very, very excited for this, and everything that I hear is like, it's tickling me, dude. It's tickling me, you know? Everything I hear is like, wow, all right. It's sounding better and better every time I hear about it.
Vincent, every time Diablo 4 comes up in conversation, I'm like, you would fucking love this game.
I'm gonna love
Like,
it.
you would love the shit out of this game, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to play it with you because this is that game that I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this and play it with you because
Okay,
one, Vincent, you and I are
we're grinders.
long awaited
Mm-hmm.
is there time for, sorry, I don't know how to say the sentence correctly. We owe ourselves
Yeah.
some game time together, Vincent.
I know, we do. We really do.
And this could be the opportunity.
This sounds like a fantastic
This really could
opportunity.
be.
I will be picking up Diablo for sure. Can't wait. Are you gonna
That's
pick
what
it
we
up?
like to hear.
Are you playing the beta this weekend? Let us know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this is your first time, you can go on audio platforms and type in Strictly Casual Checkpoint. It's a little blue box that says Checkpoint. And this is episode 154 if you want to listen to the entire podcast, or you can listen to the entire video podcast / watch it if you become a member right here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.